Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I'm a healer, and this is an intuitive reading where I'm bringing through messages intended to accompany you in your life. So this is inspiration. This is guidance, intended to be living guidance, meaning it goes with you. It makes sense according to what you experience. It grows and evolves as you move forward. If you want to know more, I've written about it in the description box, but here and now, I'm just going to proceed and give you your messages. So, love. Today, Spirit wants to talk about changing what needs changing. We are talking about something that is really scary to a lot of people. And to us as a species collectively and as societies, we are afraid of change. We have not learned at individual levels how to handle change well, for the most part, by and large and per usual. And so at a collective level, that shows up. We don't handle change well. And yet we are living in a time that is crying out for change at personal levels, at interpersonal levels, relational levels. And then there's bigger threats that we all are experiencing. There's climate change. There is species extinction. So many changes on the earth that require change from us in our habits and in how we do things. So there's a big call for change. And yet, so very few of us are really showing up and are really listening to that inherent call through the ethers, that call coming from Gaia herself, from the planet, asking for change. And so Spirit wants to talk to you about it, about how to heal, better, improve, uplift your relationship to change whatever it is. And that really starts by changing what needs changing, what already needs changing, what you already know you should be doing differently. I already thought of something, just speaking it, I thought about something in my life that needs changing. And I know I'm going to change it, but I'm okay with not doing it today. I'm not ready today. I have an idea of when I'll be ready, and I'll get to it around then, and it's fine. So right there and then, that's what Spirit wants to talk to you about. It's about taking the sting out of change and changing things. It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's just a matter of knowing how to go about it. So the things that need changing are going to be there. They're going to stay there. They're going to remain there. At least the things we're talking about here. So these are things that you know you need to change. You've known it for a while. You just haven't gone around to it for whatever reason. Maybe it's overwhelming. Maybe it's stressful. Maybe you don't even know where to start. Maybe it's scary. Maybe it's difficult. Maybe it's painful. Maybe you're just lazy. Maybe you're just procrastinating. Maybe you're just avoiding. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't really matter, because at the core of it, that's just your understanding of why you're not getting around to it. At the heart of it, you're going to find that it's simply because there isn't the alignment for the change to occur. So that's another way to think about it. It's the same reality, but this is an energetic perspective, because change is natural. Change happens all the time. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Days move by. We can't stop them. We can't hold them. We can't say, okay, today's going to last forever. It's part of nature. It's part of life. And so in the same way, when energy is ready, when there's the alignment, things change. They transform, become something different. They transmute, be the same thing, but at a better, higher level. It's the way of the world. Change is inherent, it is natural, and it wants to happen all the time. And if we want to get really specific, change is happening every single moment. Our cells are changing, the molecules, the atoms are vibrating. Our brains don't see it, but everything is in movement all the time. It is the nature of life. And that's a deep philosophical truth that has moved down and come to us throughout the ages, because that is the core of it. And so Spirit wants to give you an insight into that truth. We have to talk about that truth because it's so fundamental to life. And when you leave here, when you move beyond this reading, Spirit wants that truth to go with you so that you can see change everywhere and in everything. And it can be a small, minute change compared to 5 minutes ago, compared to yesterday, compared to tomorrow. Or it could be a huge change to the point where you hardly recognize it. It doesn't matter. What matters is for you to attune yourself to the nature of change and its presence. Because once you attune yourself to that core, to that essence that's there, that creative essence that wants to unfold and to manifest and to start creating something different, something bigger, better, truer, in alignment with its creative nature, to continually grow, continually evolve, to continually be expressing potentials in a different way. When you align yourself with that, then all of a sudden it's not going to be about how scary the change could be or feeling overwhelmed, but you're going to align yourself with a natural process that is already unfolding. And yes, that process might need something from you. You might need to say something. You might need to do something. You might need to create something. You might need to choose something in order to facilitate the change in the external, with the events and the people and the places and the things. Your participation is usually crucial to facilitate such change. And that is the way that it is supposed to be, because it's your life. However, when you pull back from that, when you pull back from what do I say, when, where, how, what do I do, in what way, what do I do first and then last, when you pull back from all of that, at the core of it, you're going to find a natural unfolding that just wants to happen and that needs you to tune in, needs you to listen, needs you to pay attention, needs you to understand, needs you to accept, needs you to surrender, to trust, to allow, to align. So love, how do you align to change? Change that just wants to happen, that needs to happen. Well, first you have to gauge, you have to get a sense of how ready that change is. And the readiness of the change is not your readiness. You may be completely ready or not ready at all. That has nothing to do with how ready that change is to manifest, to unfold in the world. And sometimes we don't gauge, we don't ascertain, we don't appreciate, we don't investigate the readiness of the change because we don't want the answer, because we want the change to happen faster or slower or not at all or absolutely, and we're afraid that it may not if we look into it. But that art of listening, that art of tuning in, that art of paying attention to where we are and where things are and how much they want to move and to change and to evolve and to become is absolutely priceless. It's an art that goes beyond just creating change, right? It's an art that is about a fundamental approach to life and an immersion in life that centers us in the spirituality of self and the spirituality of being. It transforms everything. But here and now, for our purposes, Spirit wants you to think about something in your life that needs changing. First thing that came up, first thing that came to mind, that's what you go with. Something in your life that needs changing. Now take some time. You can take some time here and now. Can take some time after you record this. But moreover, just move on. It will show up. It will tell you. But allow for some time for you to understand how ready things are for change. It doesn't matter change in what direction. It doesn't matter what it's going to look like. That comes afterwards. And you're going to be able to understand much more clearly what needs to change and how it needs to change and where it needs to go once you understand how ready it is for change, right? If something isn't quite ready for change right here, right now, then there's a lot of potentials. It can go in lots of different directions, and then you allow and you move with it, and you're looking at the potentials. Where can this go? And then you're growing and evolving alongside it. That's usually how it unfolds. But if something is ready for change here and now, it's got to happen now, and really it should have happened yesterday, then the potentials are much more limited. They're still there. There's still potential. There's still lots of different ways, but it's much more limited, and it's much more a matter of choosing one. It's much more a matter of facilitating the change, of just moving things forward and kind of seeing where the chips are going to fall and how they're going to land. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be a mess. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be difficult or less harmonious than the first option when you have time to read the change. Everything always works out for your highest good. That is the truth of the universe. And when you are listening and tuning in and aligning with things and people, places, things in your life, situations, circumstances, when you're aligning to that change potential within everything, you're really aligning with your change potential, your evolution, your ability to be and to do and to grow and to evolve and to create in this world. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It just is hidden beneath a lot of overwhelm, stress, fear, strain, hurt, wounding. Things that we usually want to avoid. But once we meet the change and once we evolve in it, the relief, the peace. Because it needs changing. It's a need. Not a preference, not a possibility, it's a need. And when we're answering needs within ourselves, but also in people, places, and things that we are relating to, that is a powerful, powerful way of aligning, because the universe always gives what is needed. Not always what is wanted. Sometimes what is preferred. But need is always, always guaranteed. So when you set yourself in that space of following the need of you and the following the need of, again, a person, a situation, a circumstance that you're relating to, that need for change and for something natural and inherent to just happen, when you're aligning yourself with that, wow, that is powerful, powerful stuff that will give you so much more beyond the single resolution, evolution in the specific case. So much more than you can even imagine. And that's why it's so important and it's so powerful. And that is why Spirit wanted to talk to you about this here and now today. So love, that was your message. I hope that it served you. I hope that this guidance lives with you for the rest of your day, for times to come, however long is needed, as you move forward in creating change that needs to happen, in co-creating change that needs to happen, because Spirit will be there with you every single step of the way. The change begins here and now with you choosing to take this on, intending to move forward with this energy, and then co-creating the magic that awaits. So love, that was the reading. Wishing you all the best. May you be blessed always and in all ways. And I'll be seeing you around the channel. Bye, love.